What's going on, DLP fam? Eddie Arnold here with DLP Consulting Group. And today we're going to talk about efficiency. As I said in the promo, a lot of times I get business owners asking me, hey, Eddie, I want to be efficient. I need my operations to be more efficient. I just don't know how to get there. Now, the number one thing you want to think about when you're talking about efficiency or improving your operations or your business as a whole is, what is the ultimate outcome that you are looking for? We always want to start at what you're looking to achieve and then go to how we're going to get there. So once you establish what you're looking to achieve, for example, I have a client that was wasting a lot of money and time on filling out everything on paper, jobs on paper, time sheets on paper. There was no way to really track the progression of their jobs in a way that didn't include 3 or 4 people being contacted in which to find that out. You have to, for example, you got a job, you know the individual that had the job, you know the individual that scheduled the job for that location, you know the time that was used to conduct the job, someone else knows that. You know, then the person that's billing the job has to have all of that information. So first you got to call the manager and say, well, who did we send out on this job? Manager says, oh, we sent X out to the job. Then you got to call X and say, okay, are you complete with the job? When did you do that? Or you have to go grab the paperwork that they turned in, that's in a file cabinet somewhere, that was signed, to manually look and see what was done on that job on that particular day, how many hours, so forth and so on. Completely inefficient. So in this case, the owner of the company said, look, we want to be able to find all of our information for every job, everything associated with that job in one place in real time. When someone actually inputs something in real time, we want to be able to do it. We want to be able to pull reports in real time. We want to be able to do all of this. So in this particular case, I met with the client, did my evaluation, found out that this is exactly what they wanted, what they said. So in this case, there were several products on the market that can facilitate this: WorkEase, T-Sheets, so forth and so on. However, there was nothing specific that would encompass everything they needed: attaching invoices, attaching receipts, equipment, specialized equipment. So what I ended up doing, my team and I ended up doing, was building a custom app on FileMaker Pro for them. And now they have their own custom application that can be modified to meet their specific needs. Now, that's not the story for everyone, but that's an example of, finding out where you need to be first so you don't waste time, money, and energy trying to come up with ready-made solutions that may or may not work for you. So again, to reiterate, number one, we're going to figure out what is the end goal. Where do you want to be? What's the solution that what's the problem that you're trying to solve? And then we'll perform the evaluation, and then we will come up with some solutions that can meet those goals, right? And then that's the point where you actually start to figure out how much money you're going to spend on that solution, and how those custom solutions or those innovations or not so custom solutions will actually save you money in the long run. For this example, I'll use the same example again. So now, instead of the biller going to the manager, one touch point, to find out who was on the job, then calling the person that was on the job, 2 touch points. Then go back and find out, okay, they're on the job. Did they turn in their sheet? Okay, they turned in their sheet. Who has the sheet? 3 touch points. Now I got to go get the sheet from whoever has it. 4 touch points. Now I go pull the sheet in. Was it approved by the manager? Now I got to go back to the manager and find out if it was approved. 5 touch points. Now I got to go ahead and input this into the system because it wasn't input digitally before. So now we're at 6 touch points before the bill even goes out. That's a lot of wasted time, money, and energy for one line item or one invoice. And you multiply that by each job that you have to do, you can see where the inefficiency comes in. So that's number one, is actually finding out what the end goal is. Number two is to put the right people, the right resources in the correct places in order to make yourself more efficient. Do an evaluation on your staff and on the tools that you're using to figure out if you're using everyone and everything effectively. What waste are you using just because you've been doing that the same way for years, months, years, decades in some cases, and you've been profitable and it's been working, but you're not willing to change with the times because it's been working. Hey, it's been working. Don't be afraid of change. Be open to change and to look at different methods that may or may not work for you. That's what I do. I come in, free consultation, sit down with you, perform an evaluation. We come back. Sometimes there's nothing that can be done or nothing that should be done because you're doing a great job. Other times there's minor tweaks. Other times there's big tweaks, and it can be done in stages. So be open to looking at change and be open to the criticism that comes along with it. You know, I know that it's your baby and you've built this from the ground up, and you take tremendous pride in what you've built because it's now, in most cases, it's your life. It's your life's work, right? But when you have someone come in, or when you have someone that really cares about you and the business that you have and is trying to give you constructive criticism, it's not always bad. Listen to it, internalize it, and you don't have to take that advice if it's not warranted. But just be open to the possibilities of being more efficient. Anyway, that's all I got for this week. Like I said, hit that subscribe button, like the video. Most importantly though, put your comments below. Tell me about some of the times that you have tried to make changes and they haven't worked out for you because you either didn't have the processes in place, or your personnel kind of fought you on it every step of the way because they were used to a certain way. There's ways to work through that. So let's share with the community. Tell us about those times that things have happened, and let's make this a back and forth. So let's do it. Anyway, DLP Consulting Group, Eddie Arnold, appreciate the time, and see you on the next one.